first of all, did you miss me? Because I missed you. Oh, I love saying that. Welcome back. We're in the bedroom. The bedroom has been rearranged. We are sitting in front of a different window in the same room as the first video that I recorded. So that's what we're doing today. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna chat about Magic the Gathering and how Magic the Gathering has not changed my life, but given me a better social life. Because if there's one thing about Magic the Gathering, people are gathering. They're gathering to play Magic the Gathering. They're gathering for the Magic. I'm going to show you my big-ass card collection already. This is my current gathering of Magic. You think this is a lot, but every time the wind blows, someone hands you 20 cards. 20 at a time. And that is considered not a lot at a time. That's one pack of cards. That's $5. $5. And to be fair, I didn't buy this all at once. Okay, this was over like 3 months of going to Magic shops every single week, okay? And these are what I started with, and I didn't pay any money for these. No money was paid for these, okay? These were black and blue cards from like the 90s that someone else in my life had that I got for free. So, if you don't know what Magic the Gathering is, I'm going to do my best to tell you. I'm not going to do a good job, but I'm going to try. So, Magic the Gathering is a card game that you play in groups, usually somewhere between 2 to 4 people in what they call pods. It is a competitive game where you try to kill the other player using your little creatures or your spells, whatever. Now, when you first start playing Magic, it depends. So most people right now play Commander. Commander is a format in which you have 100 cards. One card is your commander that you can summon at any time. Anytime it dies, it goes back in something called a command zone. It costs more to play, which I'm not going to explain mana to you. If you like this video, I will make more videos about Magic the Gathering, but right now I'm going to try my best to basically explain it. So you have 100 cards. A portion of that is lands, which is your mana, which is what you spend to play cards. And then a portion of that is everything else. So creatures, other spells, everything is a spell except for land. With the exception of your commander, you shuffle your deck together, you draw 7 cards, and that is your opening hand. And then each player takes turns playing lands and spells, etc., etc. That is what Magic the Gathering is. It's a competitive game where you play. Some people play another thing called Modern, where it has to be cards released within the past, I think, 3 years. That's a lot. Some people also play something called Standard. I think it's a 60 card deck. And there's kitchen table Magic. If you have friends who play, they have a lot of cards and they're willing to teach you. If you've ever met anyone who plays Magic the Gathering, I will say, being in these shops, you hear a lot of talk about how bad it is, but it's not like that anymore. It's not, at least where I'm at, it's not like that anymore. People are not as gatekeepy. They want as many people as possible playing the game so that they have more people to play with on more days. There are people I have met who play 3 times a week at a shop. They pay to play 3 times a week. It's crazy. Me personally, I play once a week at a shop for $5, which is not that bad. I've had more expensive hobbies. I'm looking at you, crochet. You were the more expensive hobby. Also, I'm literally a painter by trade. $5 is like, that's not even a tube of paint. But anyways, I think I'm literally just going to sit here and talk about Magic the Gathering and why I play it and why you should play it too. It could be fun. If you are an introvert and you want to be an outrovert, not an extrovert, that's a different thing. If you want to be an introvert that goes out, Magic the Gathering. You go to the shop. So, first of all, you're thinking, I don't have any cards. I don't know how to play. I don't know anything. I don't have anything. Easy peasy. This is going to cost you slightly more to invest than me because I had a family member who played. And so what happened was my girlfriend had cards because she used to play. She doesn't play anymore. Not really, except for with family. I said, can I have your cards? And she said, take them. I don't want them. And I said, fantastic. So now I have a bunch of cards. That's what I started with. I started with 2 boxes of cards. And my brother-in-law built a deck for me. Now, if you don't have a girlfriend and a brother-in-law to give you cards and build decks for you, you can buy something that is called a pre-con deck. A deck is something that the Wizards of the Coast spent a lot of time building to make it easier for people who have never played to get started. They're usually about $50, which I understand is a lot of money. So, step 1, get yourself a deck. You can buy a pre-con for $50. And then if you go to a shop and you say, hey, I don't know how to play. Can someone teach me? There's your in. They love talking about the rules and discussing the rules and discussing interactions and Googling stuff. It's so, at least here, inclusive. One of the most inclusive spaces I've been in. So, step 2, find a shop somewhat close to your house. I drive like an hour because my friends all go to one that's really far away and I don't want to go alone. Going places alone makes me physically ill, which is how you know that this is for real introverts, okay? Extroverts, they don't throw up when they leave the house alone. Only introverts do that. Now, step 3 is the hardest part. You have to go to the shop on Commander Night. There will be other people there. Now, if you're a little bit crazy like me, and you did a lot of research, you'll know what kind of Commander Night it is. So there's 2 kinds. There's one where you go there, you give them $5, $10 usually. They give you a pack, and then they separate everyone into pods. So if you're an introvert who wants to be an outrovert, and you are not opposed to the idea of playing with complete strangers, get in there. Go to one of those. But if you're an introvert who wants to be an outrovert and you think that's too hard, you want to decide who you play with. There are also shops who do something different where you pay the $5, the $10, whatever to get in, and then you basically, they don't put you in pods. Sometimes it's a voucher, sometimes they give you specific packs. You get there with your little deck, your little pre-con deck, and your cardboard box, okay? And you basically just say, hey, do you have room for another person in your game? Hey, I'm new to Magic. This is my first day playing Magic the Gathering. This seems really cool. Can you teach me how to play Magic? People are so nice if you ask questions. I mean, not everyone. Some people are not teachers. They come there to relax, but you'll be able to tell. If you see 3 guys and there's an empty space, hop your little butt over there and say, hey, is there someone else playing here? Can I sit here? I want to play Magic the Gathering, but it's my first time playing. Yeah, and bonus points, if you are in your 20s and you don't have a lot of friends because you moved cities, or they didn't survive college, or you just graduated high school and you maybe didn't go to college and you focused on work and saving money, and now you have money but no friends because all of your friends moved away. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. This is a good way to make friends. The way that you make friends is that you have hobbies and you go places. I know. It's scary. It's very scary. But unfortunately, that's how the world works. You have to leave your house to make friends. So, that's step 3. Getting yourself in the shop. Step 4 is have fun. Okay? Don't take it too seriously. Unless someone else is helping you, you're not going to win your first game. You're not going to win your first 10 games. You're going to be learning. You're going to focus on learning, okay? And every time you go play, you're going to get more cards. Not because you're picking them out. That's just how this is set up. Every time you go to a shop to play, you somehow come back with more cards. One of the shops I go to has a vending machine where you can get 20 cards for $1. I may or may not spend a lot of money. Not a lot, but several dollars a week in the vending machine. So like 100 cards every week. It's no big deal. Let's recap what we've done so far. Okay. We have purchased a deck. You can buy decks. I don't think I went over this earlier. You can buy decks anywhere that nerds hang out. GameStop, Target. Nerds go to Target. The shops. So what I recommend is I recommend going to a shop and the person at the counter, probably a nerd. They work in a game shop. I know that's a stereotype, but probably a nerd. Or there's a nerd in the shop, okay? Go to the shop. What I recommend is going to a shop, going up to the little counter, and saying, "Hi, I want to start playing Magic the Gathering, but I don't have any cards yet. Is there a deck or a way that you recommend going about that?" They'll direct you to a deck that's easy to use and maybe somewhere you can learn. Okay, back to the recap. Purchase the deck. You now have a way to play Magic the Gathering. Finding a shop. Okay? Going to the shop. Step 3 is the hardest part. Have fun. Part 4 is the easiest part. Once you get here, once you get to this one, you're going downhill. Riding a bicycle downhill. You're not doing any work. You're just having fun. The first few times you go, it will be confusing. I'm confused every time I go. But that's okay. You're here to make friends and have a good time. And if you're putting yourself out there, me, personally, I am proud of you. What was that? I'm proud of you. Yeah, you should be proud of you too. Because making friends is hard. And when you're an introvert and maybe you don't talk to a lot of people, it's difficult. If you haven't done it in a while, it's difficult. And I understand where you're at. I was there. When I moved to the state that I am in, I knew 2 people. And I only knew one of them well. And I'm best friends with the second person now, but it didn't start that way. And I understand where you are. I am you. So, if you're in your 20s, or maybe even your 30s, it doesn't really matter how old you are, and you're an introvert, and you're scared, pick up a hobby. It doesn't have to be Magic the Gathering, but a lot of people play Magic the Gathering. And if maybe there's not a deck right now for you, you could build one. Part of the thing that I really enjoy about building Magic the Gathering is I really like building the decks. It's like sorting on steroids. I love sorting stuff. I really do. So yeah, Magic the Gathering. I made friends through Magic the Gathering, and you can too. And in fact, I have started convincing all my friends who don't play Magic the Gathering to start playing Magic the Gathering. Not to brag. But then you'll meet people. So when you go to the shop and you're having fun, you're going to meet people who maybe have similar hobbies to you. If you're already willing to play Magic, you probably have something similar. People from all kinds of backgrounds play Magic the Gathering. I'm a server. I met somebody who was a nurse. Another person was working in a factory. I knew there was another person who worked in social services. Like, those are all very different jobs. And we were all sitting at one table playing Magic the Gathering. So, get yourself out there. Game shops are really good third spaces. And you can do this. You've got this. It's less expensive than a lot of hobbies, and unlike a lot of hobbies, my hobbies, you can't always get the money that you invested back, but with Magic the Gathering you can. So, low risk, low reward. Low risk, high reward. Because you either get your money back or you make a lot of friends, which is the point, right? So, that's all I got. Bye! I am, very theatrical. This is what it's like in my head all the time. All the time. This is what's playing in my head all the time.